After 1 year I finally found time to repair this gear case. And guys, listen introduction, because most likely I will tell something important. If you come here to repair your gear house, it's not a matter of just 1 hour or even 1 day, so plus minus 10 minutes really matter for you. So listen, especially because I will show you things that you have not seen anywhere else. Rebuild I will be doing to the new gear case, and it's quite interesting that some parts are already included when you order this new gear case. I didn't know this and ordered them separately, so I decided to make a video about the packaging of this empty gear case, and you will find the link in the description below. Guys, I have a video on my channel where the old gear housing is cut and I show you how everything works. It was a year ago here on that location. It's a top video, actually. It helps a lot for people, and you can already from that video find something for your case about what is the failure. I also, in the same playlist, this video, in the same playlist where I put this video. So that playlist is all about this gear housing. And I have video about all part numbers that you need to buy, and actually about tools, but about tools I think I will cover in this video when we do assembly. And also I plan to record a separate video about the tools where I show what tools you need and what tools you don't actually need for repair. So, and yeah, guys, if you have special services, of course, contact them first. They will help you to repair. In my case, here in Finland, I don't have good services, or they are too expensive, or they are overbooked. So actually I have just one guy here in my city who can do these things. So I decided to become a master of this myself. I researched a lot, you can see in this playlist. So I printed all different types of service manual from different years. I will put them here and we will do step by step, not with the same passion as it was in the introduction. It will be slower, boring repairing or assembly of the new unit. But again, guys, a lot of materials are already covered in the playlist with the same video. And so guys, you have to read this general service recommendation and everything. It's covered in some of my videos, I don't remember where, so I will just briefly tell you. So here, for example, there may be more than one way to disassemble or reassemble parts. So we are not so strict about user manual. Yeah, we're strict about it, but there are different ways. Yeah, so we can do some things in a different way. So in many cases, disassembly of subassembly may not be necessary. There is an example. So I have this subassembly. It's fine from the previous one. So I don't want to disassemble this, and I will not cover this in this video, but it is there in the service manual. Well, obvious thing when holding, pressing and driving, so use soft material, yeah. So I hold it with that one and not with some other stuff. So yeah, all O-rings and sealings should be replaced, regardless of appearance. And all other important stuff that you need to follow, you need to read. So after this basic material, there is disassembly instruction, and it's covered in my another video where I disassembled this one. I think, yeah, this one before I cut it. So you can watch it. It's not covered here. And then we come to assembly part. Yeah, I promised to put this in the file folder. I will do this. I now just write introduction and then I start working finally. So assembly in this user manual, it's here. We will start from here. Probably we will not start from the clutch. Yeah, I don't know yet. So as I told, it's just introduction. But I just explain you how things works, how to use the service manual, etc. Probably next you will see how I start do the job. Guys, let's cover lubricants, sealants and adhesives. Actually, here is again a mess that Mercury and Quicksilver created, and they always change part numbers, outlook, etc. It's quite difficult to understand. So the new service manual, let's start from the simple things. 24C with PTFE, and here is the old manual. So we also have it here with Teflon, which is PTFE. So you will always find this with 24C with Teflon PTFE in different types of packaging probably. So it's clear. The next quite simple is Loctite 271 thread locker. It's that one, red one. It's sometimes difficult to find. I bought this from the US. So we have it also in the old user manual. Here it's used in quite many places. However, what I don't have, because I didn't follow the new manual, look, they have new Loctite for the drive shaft and pinion nut thread, so I probably need to buy this because it is not covered here. So in old time they probably do with Loctite 271, but now with this one, so let's see it later. I don't have it, but at least you know now if you don't have the old manual. So the next mess is around this stuff, high performance gear lubricant. Actually, I already wrote that it is oil, and here look, it's called premium blend gear lubricant. I also wrote it's oil beer. Was I thinking about beer? It's Geo. Okay, so again, different part number, but just keep in mind this is just the oil that you put in your Geo case. Yeah, premium Geo lubricant. Yeah, so it's called different way. And finally, what we don't have in the new user manual, but in the old one, is high performance extreme grease. So when you read high performance here, it's not that high performance, yeah? So keep in mind, it's this one, yeah. It's a mess, a kind of mess. Why not to call in the same way all the time? So we have here anti-corrosion grease, yeah, high performance extreme. I wrote for myself. In the old manual it's called this way. However, in the new manual we have assembly grease, which is used in one place. I googled it. Is this small tube. Is it the same? I don't know yet. We will get back to this probably later during assembly, or probably I will just buy this piece. So keep in mind, consider lubricant that you will have before you start your job. Guys, we will start assembly from the bearing installation to the lower unit there, because I realized that if do step by step, it's wrong procedure. We have the empty GR case. We need to install this bearing first. That is part number. It will be in the description. And that is the tool. You can see it. You can see part number here. Or you can see it here. So the new one in different places. I bought this on eBay. I told you that I will cover tools in this video, and I mark them for myself like needed or not needed, necessary or not necessary. I think that is extremely necessary. So how it works, that is for the removing, yeah? So you take it out, you put the bearing here. You should lubricate the outside diameter with this one, yeah? So you put it here and it holds the bearing when you install it. You can regulate it there with the screwdriver, some kind of. And then you put the tool and you push this with the hammer until it ends. Here is requirements for the installation depth, and the tool will do this for you. So I believe without the tool it will be extremely difficult to make. So I mark this tool as extremely necessary. So guys, it sits very well here, as you can see. And one moment that is not covered in the documentation, that this flat part where you have numbers should be located to here, not that part. So about this part where you have part number should be here, so on the top. Quite important. It looks scaring, especially when I took this hammer. But that is, according to the documentation, it might look that you are pushing and damage the bearing, but that's how it works. That is the tool. It was really scaring, especially to do this in the first time. Yeah, so the tool is nice, it's designed so here base, and that is until the end. So the tool is there, you can see this tool, and this bearing actually we can see on the old one. Yeah, it's installed on the right position now. I don't need this old one, so I just bought the new one and install it there. Let's hope I didn't damage anything. The next step will be to punch what is called race. It has different names, but at least it's called race. It's covered in my video about all part numbers, so watch there, because it might be quite difficult to identify which part it is. And the shim, so it's also a kind of difficult to identify the right part number, but it's covered in another video. It should go there. I will show you again, because I have the full video about this cut, but let me show again here how it goes. So the shim, first it touches there, the end, and then this, what is called race, I think it has some other name, and we should put it there. And I believe that this is the most important part in all assembly, to make it right. So, but let's talk first about shims. The procedure is covered here, and look guys, one of the important things is the first one. Place the shim retained from disassembly if lost or damaged, or a new gear housing is being assembled. Start from 0.25 millimeters. I will talk in millimeters because it's my metric system, and actually most of the world use metric system, which is okay. So and guys, in my old, I checked, I have 0.94, very sick one. I don't know why do I have it there. I have no idea. So I tend to use the old one, but the instruction says when you do the new one, and I do the new one, yeah, it's the new one, old is there, then use 0.25, and I found 0.25 from shim. Yeah, so I checked shim sets, different part numbers that I know are covered in the video about part numbers. It's a kind of challenge to find shim sets. So I will start from 0.25 as the instruction says. It looks like this set has couple of the same, and guys, I have to mention, if you select the wrong one, you are not lucky, then you will need to disassemble and assembly again. That's the point. The next is about how you punch it there, how you install it there. So here we have the special tool that I mark as necessary. This one called Bearing Race Drive Cup. That one for 40 is that part number. Not so expensive. Yeah, it is this one. I mark it as necessary tool. Yeah. So, but next the question. So, because look, it goes here, because you should install by pushing equally by this diameter. Yeah, so that is why important to have this one. But how you push here? So the new one and the old one instruction offer to make assembly of the clutch, this I forgot the name, it will come later, and the shift shaft and the prop shaft, and you push it with the lead hammer to avoid damage to the prop shaft. It's understandable why they want this, because then you hammer it equally. Yeah, so not that, but equally, because it all hold on the place. But guys, I don't want to hit anything, neither clutch, neither this, neither the shaft. So and because they tell that you can do this differently, I will do this differently. So for example, you can find a tool that will hold it in the similar way like we had with that tool. Yeah, but I don't have it. However, I have this hammer. I'm not sure if it's covered in my video in English, this hammer. You know it. Reverse hammer, or how you call this? I don't know. So, and look, I have this one, long one, where I can push. And I have this one here. And guys, look, I'm lucky that it will match this one a little bit lower. So then I can push it quite straight this way. You may find something else, but at least this is the tool you need. And by the way, look, that is where we need this grease. The only one place where we need to put it here. As I mentioned in the beginning when we review this, and in the old manual it's something else. So I don't have this one, and I'm actually wondering why do they need just a special grease for just this place? Maybe because they want to increase sales of this grease. I don't know. I don't have it. I think nothing serious if I apply this one, because this one was applied on the drive shaft for the bearing, and it's also contact with this oil. So and that place also contact with this oil. So I think if I apply this here, it's fine. I believe it's just for assembly. Yeah, guys, the procedure is really the one that I don't like. First of all, you don't know when it's on the place. So, and then if you do a mistake, you will need to remove it and do it again, and that is quite difficult. Well, guys, yeah, that is quite challenging procedure. The sound has changed. So the sound, maybe because of this my rig, echo here. So if you're doing some other place, maybe you will not see the difference in the sound, but the sound is definitely changes when you hit not against the air but against this enclosure. Yeah, so I hope it's on the place. You have seen sometimes I checked that there is this shim not moving anymore. Yeah, so one of the options to check, I don't know, maybe with strong magnet because it's magnetic, and my idea was to apply magnet here and check if there is no movement of the shim, then we push against the shim and the enclosure. But I think sound and kind of visual check should be fine. Yeah, I would prefer a better procedure here. Let me use a lamp, maybe you can see something better this way. So that is that bearing that we put on the place earlier, and that is that one, and I hope that this shim will be fine, otherwise we need to open and start again. That is not desirable. Let's see what next. The next will be to install this gear and bearing all together. I don't cover this subject, how to assemble it, how to disassemble it, because in my case it is not damaged, it's like that. So I just remind you from the video where I already demonstrated it, that it will go here to this race. So that's why I put it there now, and then we go to the drive shaft. So this procedure is covered under this chapter. It's recommended to read first all the procedure. However, this is the first step, install this forward gear assembly into the gearing house. It doesn't say that we should put any oil here. All lubrication is done when you do assembly. In my case, I don't do it, so we just put it there. Yeah, it was challenging, but you have seen how I finally tested it, yeah? Somewhere in the documentation, by the way, said that you don't need, you shouldn't roll anything before you lubricate it, but okay, let's forget about it. So the next is drive shaft. You first need to replace this bearing if you need. I don't need, so I don't cover this. Look from somewhere else instructions or from the manual. Yeah, so I have this shaft here, my old one. Then we have pinion here. Is it called pinion? Yeah, pinion. No, it's pinion not. Pinion gear. Yeah, right, pinion gear. I have the old one. Good, so I don't cover the part number now. But you can watch my video about all part numbers and see it there. And I use temporary the old nut. So, and you can see which side it should go. It's quite important, I believe so. Yeah, so the old nut, because we need to check all tolerance, all dimensions first. So I don't want you to use the new nut yet. And guys, I don't show you, I think I don't show you this procedure, how I put this with the right moment. I will put the right moment to the description, I think. Why I don't show? Because in this video about how it works and all other videos in the same playlist, you have all the information, how I install the drive shaft, how you lock it, etc. So I just do the job and we go on the next more important steps. Yeah, by the way, I need to cover tools for you. Well, we have this tool, that one. Well, not so expensive, but still some money. It is this one, but it is very important because we put safely it here. so that we able to screw this. So I mark this as absolutely necessary. And for the nut we have range 11 by 16. That one matches this perfectly. Only this one you need to find and buy this one. Well, okay, I handled this job. It is quite difficult alone and with the wrong stand. So you need to get some help. The next, what is described here, we need to put this shim. So it goes there, yeah. Then this race and then this nut. And then retention nut we do with 102 Nm, and you have that tool. That is the tool. So you can actually buy this in China. The original one I think cost a lot, so it's that tool. I bought it somewhere in China for something like 30. You need it. I don't show this procedure. It's quite simple. You put this stuff, you put this carefully, and then this torque wrench, and you do this nut. However, what I want to mention here, it says that if the shim is lost, you start from 0.36. Actually, my old one is 0.5. Yeah, again, I surprised why. And that's the only one I have. Actually, it's not here, not in this shim set. If it's some other set, then I probably put in the description. I don't know. So I do this and we go on the next part. I don't show you the procedure. Okay guys, this job done yesterday. I continue today. So we have here this shaft fixed. We have situation like that there. And so this pinion gear, this gear, and we have that movement, which doesn't look good, but when it is installed on the power head, it rises it, and then we don't have this backlash, and it's rotate this way, and we need to check the gap, or how to say, tolerance, yeah, here between this pinion gear and actually between this gear that will be installed here. So this place, and we need to check it in the position when the shaft is operating on the outboard, means it rises up, preloaded. That's why we have special tool for this, which is called Bearing Preload Tool. It is quite expensive, yeah, but I was able to find it. It was probably a mistake in the system. So, and the tool is that one. So you can see, I will mark it as absolutely necessary, and you cannot do it yourself. So you need to find this. What it does, it preloads it. It keeps it here on the right position. Yeah, so and the right position will be described here when we start to install this tool. And you understand that if we have this gear installed there, you can always watch my video about how it operates, and you can see the cut there, the real cut. But the draw is also quite good. So you understand, if we have the real gear there, we cannot access this place to check it. Yeah, that's why another special tool is designed for these purposes, that one. So you can see it, Pinion Gauge Tool. It comes like this one. It is described also here. Yeah, so I will also mark as needed. And not do it yourself. It's quite difficult to make it. It's also quite expensive tool, and it simulates the gear, I can say this way. So because look, you put it there, yeah, and it simulates the gear surface, and it has window where you can put filler, and that allows you to access to check this space. So that's how it works. And we check basically height of this pinion gear, and it is adjusted by shims that we place there. And you remember I have only 105 from the old housing, and yeah, I hope it will be fine. So guys, look, at this point we don't check this shim. We put this shim first, but we check it last. And I'm quite concerned about it, because you remember I had the old one 0.9 millimeters, and the instruction says start from 0.25. I started from 0.25, but I checked some other guys who repaired the same lower unit. They have also 0.9, and I think probably when this low unit was adjusted on the factory, they all probably have 0.9. It happened to be that 0.9 will be their right shim. So now I am a little bit concerned. I followed the manual, and I don't know what will happen, because that will be at the last moment. This shim regulate actually this spacing. You understand? If we put this gear there or closer, the spacing here changes. And how we can check this one? We check it by that zone. I will check later the light terminology of the drive shaft. We will come to that later, so I will get back to this later. Now I just want to tell you that we put this shim first, but we test it last. So currently we test the shim that is there on the top of the drive shaft, and we check this one. So guys, I installed this tool, and this frame, this setup actually comes from the video where I show how this tool works. So watch that video. I put it in the link in the description below. I decided not to show it here because otherwise it will be too long video. And in that video I try to show that actually you probably can do this without this expensive tool. It's convenient, but probably you can do. Just watch that video. So it is installed now, and we are going to the next step. And the next step is quite simple. You put this tool there, here, and you measure this distance with fillers. Unfortunately, I don't have long fillers. I will try with this. So, but it's quite convenient to have long, and they are not listed here in the special tools. Yeah, and the distance we need this one, clearance 0.64 or 0.025 inches. Let's try. It fits well, so no other option than this one. I like it. And the next I will try different fillers. I don't show this because it's quite inconvenient and you don't see anything actually. I explained everything before, so and then I just tell you the result. Well guys, here's few things to say, and I actually now a little bit regret that I didn't put this to the video about this tool, because it takes some time and I believe the video might be a bit longer than I expected. So first of all, I told that it sits well. Well, let me show you. I hope you will see it there. If I move it, it will change this clearance a lot. However, I don't think that I should worry about it. I believe that as long as it sits on that surface this way, it's the correct position. And because initially I got quite disappointing results. I put 0.8 and it goes through. Yeah, so but then when I read quite important things in the user manual, that you should rotate 10 times the drive shaft so that the bearing will set on the right position. I did it, and finally I checked the place that we actually, the clearance that we actually measure. Now I hope it's quite clear for you. So, and you understand, if we go on the right or on the left, not in the middle, the distance will be wrong. We need to measure the distance on the top, yeah? And I will later show on the drawing also, because I told you initially a little bit wrong. So, and when I start to put my fillets between exactly there, then what I got, because I have, by the way, this shot works well, it's okay. So I got that the 0.65 is quite tight. Yeah, that's quite interesting. I think they put the dot in the wrong place here. So, but 0.63 is perfectly enough. And that is exactly what we need. 0.25, yeah, dot 0.25. This will go in, and that is quite fine. So yeah, I think they put the dot on the wrong place here. Of course they did, yeah. So, and which means that this shim 0.5 that I have there is a good one, and it again concerned me about the shim here, because look, we have 0.5 here. The user manual says that you should start from 0.63 36, but we with 0.5 from the old unit we have the right distance here, and my concern was about 0.9 here in the old unit and 0.25 that I put now. I think yeah, I will fail. I think that we also need 0.9. Probably these cases were done this way, that they accept here 0.9 and here 0.5 to make a perfect clearances. So I think I will meet the issue later on the last measurements. So, but as for this part, we have it right, yeah. So, and the distance we check is actually straight here. You have seen it with the zoom, not this way. So we check it this way. So I hope I explained this, and yeah. So let's go on the next step. And the next procedure, actually, guys, forward gear backlash test. So after this procedure is done, we test this clearance. We need to test this clearance. I will get back to this clearance later. So it says like obtain correct pinion gear depth with the procedure we just done. Install on all components as shown. Shown where? Probably here or here. We'll get back to this later. But guys, you can see we need to preload prop shaft, and actually then I need a bearing carrier to be assembled. I think the clutch is not needed, so bearing carrier and forward gear, which is already assembled, so I don't cover in this video this part. I put on the prop shaft together with that one, and then that is the most important moment. I preload with this puller jaws, and guys, it's a special tool. What can be special in puller jaws? Actually everything. So I put it like do it yourself. You can't, you need it. You need the original one for $100, because I tried to use different, I tested different. For example, you need this to be long enough. Yeah, it should go there. If they are long, they usually fat here. You cannot fit it here. So you really need the original one. That's period. Especially because that's quite often job to remove this one. So I now do assembly of this. I don't know yet if it will be included to this video, but you will know soon. I need to check how many minutes already. Actually, you have a lot of material on internet about how to assembly or disassemble this. I think I already covered the most important things that nobody shows you, and you already can like for this and subscribe, especially subscribe. So, and then I'm thinking where I find that one, and we go on this procedure. Okay guys, after a day or two I'm again here, and yes, I moved in a separate video assembly of the bearing carrier, of the clutch and the prop shaft, and let's do some summary in the middle and do maybe some corrections. In the beginning, if I remember right, I told that the procedure, I don't know if what temp to use. If I'm talking too fast, you can maybe reduce the speed. So I told that now I don't talk fast. I told that procedure by the user manual step by step maybe is not good. It is good. So first you do the clutch. That's what I did. Then you do the prop shaft. That's what I did. Then you so you press the bearing race there to the enclosure. We did it in the beginning of this video. Well, it can be done in any moment actually, yeah. Then you do bearing carrier assembly. And guys, in that video where I do this, the link will be in the description, I covered two tools. I marked them here as not needed with the question mark and as do it yourself possible, because it's easy to make them. But I was so amazed by how simple they are. Watch that video and see. So I really recommend to have them. So they are covered there. We did assembly of the bearing carrier here, here. Then reverse gear assembly. You just press the bearing to the gear. It's done already because I didn't disassemble this, so it's not covered. And then the next procedure, you put it to here. I haven't done in that video. I will do it here, but I will not show you because it's quite simple. You just apply again Teflon here and just push it there, so it will be ready. Then the forward gear, yeah, assembly. Again, there is a tool, this one tool. I don't need to use it because I not removed the needle bearing from this forward gear. The forward gear is already there. We put it in the beginning of this video. So with this cone shape bearing, so it's there, it's assembled. But I'm pretty sure that this tool will be the same convenient like this too. So I mark it also the same way, minus question mark for needed and do it yourself. Yeah, you can do when you know dimensions. So, and finally, when it's all ready, we come to the lower drive shaft bearing installation. That's how this video began. We install it there, we pressed it there. I wasn't needed to replace this bearing, so you haven't seen it. And then we we check the pinion geolocation. Yeah, here with the preload tool. That's what we did. We have checked this and found that the shim there is fine. Next, a little bit confusion. They here suggest by the next step to lock this nut with the Loctite. why they do this, why they offer this now? Because the next step will be the main concern that I told you about several times. We will now put all this stuff there according to this picture, and we'll start checking with this tool the right gap here. Yeah, so, and if it's not right, we will need to replace shim here, and we will need to open everything again. So I don't know why they say to lock a nut at this moment. We don't need to lock. So guys, soon we know if we successful or not with that one. So I push it to here, I do assembly there, set the tool, and we go to that step. I will cover the tool soon. And guys, here we are. It was something you cannot imagine. Well, you can, because I will put the link for the video. All goes there. Well, it was a terrible experience, maybe not terrible, maybe good experience for several days. We don't have 0.25 there anymore. So, and look what we have. 33, 34, and look at this. But it was something you cannot imagine. No, you can. I will put the link. Let me calm down from my feelings after that several days of troubles, and I will tell you something. Okay guys, I decided that you can watch everything in the video about this backlash. So because it was a huge things. We have now 0.9 there, we have 0.5 shim here, we have everything set, everything is correct, and we go to the next procedure to install the new nut. Somewhere I told you that the procedure in the user manual not logical. It is absolutely logical. I missed here one point when I told this. Look, after final adjustment of the pinion height, this one, yeah, and the forward gear backlash. So it refers to this procedure that goes here. We did both. Then you apply Loctite, not before. So, and it in the beginning we also reviewed lubrications, and I was surprised what is this prime. It's actually degreaser. I don't have it. I will use another one. I will apply this to the new nut. I will apply it there to the shaft. Then I apply Loctite, probably only to the nut, probably on the shaft. If on the shaft I put some towel there so that I don't have Loctite around. And I set this new nut with 67 torque. So, and then we go on the next. Again, watch full video about all hassles with backlash configuration. You can see reddish stuff there, Loctite. I believe cleaning is very, very important. I use this degreaser because I don't have anything else, but that is quite good degreaser. I think that it's quite important to clean and apply Loctite correctly, because I have here failed Mercury unit. I am waiting what Mercury say about this. It stuck me in the middle of the lake, something there inside, and I think it's probably even the nut which become open, because they do assembly now in China, so quality control may be quite poor. So I am waiting their decision if they cover under the warranty or they say that I hit something and it was collision. I read that you guys in the US have that problem with warranty, at least in the US. Maybe here in Europe it will be different, I don't know. But what I want to say that now when I do it myself, I don't sell this to anyone. It will be my best lower unit, and I want to say that you need to pay attention to this cleaning and Loctite. So the next will be to install the shift shaft bearing carrier, clutch here. Yeah, they are here. And guys, I don't show you this here because again it's fully, absolutely fully covered on my channel, this stuff with the clutch, the right way to set, to remove. So just watch the description, there will be all videos. So we will get back to here when all is installed. And so we go I don't show these procedures, so, and we come back here with sealing installation for the shift shaft and the rest. Whew. Skip. Shift shaft installation procedure I didn't show because it's covered in many videos, but actually all other things that we should make here I didn't cover yet, so let's do. We have O-ring here, so it is that part number, and it looks like we should have some O-ring here, but we don't, so who knows how it works here, let me know. We should apply Teflon to the ring and place for the ring, so I did it here, so it's clear. Then about these bolts, it says that we should apply Loctite, that's why I degreased them, also cleaned them, and you should do it. So it says that the bolt is 30 millimeters, yeah it is, and washer it's 2.29, but I checked it 2.5. Somewhere I read that you should discard if the dimension is wrong, but probably it wasn't about these bolts, I don't remember, maybe I well, okay, let's forget about it. So I push it now there, then I apply Loctite and screw. This was the moment 30. Shift shaft assembly and installation. Here we have two sealing. Sealing number one, that one, and this O-ring. Some people say that this is the worst point of this lower unit where you can get the water inside. Yeah, I don't know, probably it is true. So we have also what is called the bushing. I don't remember part number, but in my video with part numbers you can see the part number of this stuff. It's somewhere here. Okay, so we set this sealing again, seal lip up, and we use Loctite. Where is seal lip? Well, the logic tells that it is here. Also, it looks like on the picture the spring is here, and I actually checked there. It's covered with the water pump plate, but it looks like the spring is up. So I actually have my own video and I don't remember, but I believe it is the spring up. Trust me, it is the spring up. So I cleaned it with the degreaser. I cover this with the Loctite and put it here. Then we have O-ring here, and the procedure says that you should apply Teflon. So we have Teflon, so I apply it to here. I put the O-ring here, and we put all that stuff to the shaft, and that's it. The procedure actually also tell about a suitable tool to push it there. Suitable tools was my fingers, and well, I actually pushed with this one too, but it doesn't change anything. And also the procedure says that you should apply Teflon here to the internal diameter, and I did so. The procedure doesn't tell about a suitable tool to install this, but you have seen what has been my suitable tool. And the next procedure is water pump assembly and installation. But guys, it's quite long procedure, and actually the procedure that you have to do quite often on the lower unit, because you need to change impeller. So I decided to move this in the individual video. You will see the link in the description, and we go on the next step after the pump is already installed. And before I remove this tool, I decided to check again this backlash when we are assembled everything, so almost done, and when we shift into forward gear. Yeah, so in the video about this procedure is covered, everything is covered. There was some doubts about should we have the shift shaft installed, should we shift into gears. Just watch that video. If you start a service center, I believe the video is exactly for you. So, but here I just check again. Yeah, and guys, we still in the same about 32, 33, 31, 32. We are in the right backlash. So, and it doesn't matter if you have the shift shaft or you don't, if you switch into gears or not, as long as this prop shaft is locked. Again, watch that video, everything is covered there. Look what nice view we have here in the evening. So yeah, it's ready. It goes to another video, the link will be in the description as I told you. And we have the last step, which is called gear housing pressure test. And for this test I don't use the native tool because the tool is not even covered here. So I use one Chinese setup that I covered on my channel. If I remember, I will put the link in the description. Otherwise you can review the playlist again and find this video, or you will see the tool now and we will see if it works. It's already autumn, cold outside, so I closed the door. That is the setup. So we have it here, we have the tool here, 12 PCI if I'm correct. Yeah. So, and the documentation says that you install it to this hole. I think it doesn't actually matter to which one. 10 to 12 PCI for 15 minutes. And then also rotate the prop shaft, drive shaft. So I did it. It actually go tough. I hope that's because of the pressure or because of something else, doesn't matter. So I shift into different gears, also rotate it. So we have a different kind of motions here. Yeah, and we need to make sure that for 15 minutes it doesn't drop. Otherwise the documentation says that you should no guys, no, otherwise we should have this done perfectly, otherwise I will let's wait. More than 15 minutes, half an hour, guys, it stays on 12 like it stays when you apply Viagra. So guys, if I rebuild it myself and was successful, it doesn't mean that you will do the same. Yeah, well, guys, yeah, really, you have seen how many tools you need. So, use the service center, they will do this for you, but use the service center that do it right. Probably you are opening the service center and this video was useful for you. Let's do some conclusions. So yeah, if it was useful for you, guys, the only way to give me thanks, I don't need money, it's for self-esteem project. I don't know if you say this in English. It's for myself, the project for myself. That's the only way to do this here in Finland, in my village, where I can find the real service center. So you can give me the thanks with your with your subscription, like and comments. Yeah, so that's the only way. No money, please. Guys, I think I covered all the tools. Some tools you really can substitute. Some tools you need to buy original. Well, you have seen everything. Do I really need to repeat all the same? Well, yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, that's why so many emotions. And it's already Sunday evening. And I want to eat. So, yeah. Guys, I think I will show you probably tomorrow that it's closed. That I put it there to the mid unit and it works. I know it will. It will be my best mid unit. Lower unit. Because I did it myself and I checked everything and I know that it's fine. Better than the unit made in China from Mercury that failed. Yeah, so I know it will work. So probably I will show you later, not maybe tomorrow, but later, how I install it there and how it works, and maybe even on the lake. But for now, guys, you understand how easy or difficult, choose yourself, to rebuild this lower unit and what tools you need, and you have seen everything. Why do I need this conclusion at all? Let's go for dinner. I top it off with the oil. According to the service manual, actually with some interesting things, so that's why I recorded video about it. The link will be in the description to this time code. And now it's a time to put it here. For this I rewatched my own video because there are some tricks, some also challenges, so I don't show you them here. You can watch my video. I will do this, and the next what you will see will be the test. I installed this according to my own video. Yeah, so just a small tip for you probably. So this time we install this in the forward. Here forward and forward there. So and this time I didn't even need this support. So in my video that covers installation procedure, I use it here without it. So if last time I was needed a little bit adjust between forward and neutral too much but this time no, it was always in forward, and here after I set in forward I just moved slightly to the neutral position, and then I was able to fit it straight without the bushing first, and then when I see that everything matches, then I remove it, put the plastic bushing and set it again. Now I'm going to start it first time together with you, honestly. It was a little bit scaring. It do pee, so the pump is operating. Yeah, well, about the sound I don't know. I cannot compare when I'm here, not in the lake. Now I need to shift into gear. Yes, it's rotate right direction. Well, you cannot see this through the screen, but it is. And reverse also operates. Let me think. Guys, I will go to test it in the lake and we make a conclusion there. And I will test different props. That is the original one from 2010. I will put part number in the description. I had a plastic propeller before and it's not suitable anymore after I did all the tuning and board become heavier. And I am waiting for Quicksilver, I think it was 3 blade, I already don't remember, propeller, a bigger diameter, the one that is installed by default now on these new outboards. The video about propellers is coming, so subscribe. So I will be testing them, but first I will test the unit in the water. First start in the lake. Everything sounds well so far. Let's start to go. Kind of this view if something happens that we have proof. Nothing should happen. Oh, at least I could lose this one. Well, it looks like walking well, but it's carrying 30 about 3,900 RPMs. Well, couple hours of trolling. I now go home on plane. Well, actually on board, I mean planning. So on the high speed. And if I will reach the beach, then we will discuss, we will do some conclusions. Well, I'm here, almost at home, and you have seen different modes. It was test for the propeller. Subscribe to see video about propeller tests and what kind of conclusions we can do. All conclusions have been done there in the garage in the evening time. So guys, just don't hit the rock if you don't have service nearby. Bye.